Hello, everybody. Mike Arnold here, co-founder, Patrick Partners, along with Bob Iacchino. By the way, you wonder why I mention him every time he makes me. You know, he needs to have the acknowledgement. So I'm just joking with you, Bob. I think somebody asked for INO, an analysis on INO. If I'm wrong, correct me. I was under a video that I had to replace because I messed up the audio, and I had to correct it, and we had to delete it. And I don't do any of that. A big thanks to Stafford for who manages all that for me, because I would mess it up every day if not for him. So, what do we have now? Starting with the 4-hour chart. Now, we just got a potential sell divergence. Higher high here in price action, lower high in RSI, and in overbought condition, and a nice little reversal pattern. So just keep that in mind. Doesn't mean it has to. I would really trigger. This one's interesting because it have to go below today's low, which slams into the rotation zone. So we might get more than one divergence back to back in this one. Key support. First, if I had the a slight pausing bar here, so if you were looking as of yesterday for a price target, just showing you how to do it, you came up with roughly 1650, and it just gapped higher than that, tried to poke above it, but then reversed into it. Now you can move it up here. And look at this. I have two pausing bars on here. So let me go to the daily real quick. So I'm doing from this key low, after this massive run up and reversal, I'm going to this key low to this major swing high with my forward GAN projections. And then I'm also doing the most recent one. So you see that, and it just so happens to coincide on the daily and the 4-hour. Now that gives me a very strong cluster at 1792. Then we're sort of looking at 1877 and 1934, but the level I'd be focusing on is 1792. I would not ignore this 1877 level if we got through there, because it's right near this major gap open. That all being said, that is only if we get above this 1692 area. If we pull back more, there's still a slight gap left here with the rising 4-hour rotation zone. And it's just above this little candles, but I go to the most recent. So the most recent, because I said in another video they had more weight. And that's just above this, but it does line up nicely with that high. I'm not going to go back further right now to jumble up this video, but I would, if it was just on my own, I would go back when we had those big spike ups and see if there's any other price action that lines up with it. 1487, 1490 area, so you have the rising rotation zone and the key candle bodies. That's the first level, and the gap. That's the first level I'll be watching for. And then I come down here and look right around. This looks really nice. So see where the hand is now. Let's just follow across. This little gap opened. This gap opened. That was a reversal bar. Look at all this. This doji. This key close. This key close. So this was a bar that rallied up. We had a gap up, and then we closed at that same level. And this key close, this key high. This is a major level right here. I would make note, if you are trading this stock, can't give investment advice, this is what we call a significant level, though. This is 1370, especially with the rising rotation zone. If we drop below 1370, you know, that's potentially where we'd place a stop. We have no interest in the stock right now. We have not. This is just an analysis for everybody, but that's a level I'd clearly be watching if I was long for a stop, because it's a very significant level. Or, you know, if I was looking to get short it hypothetically, which I'm not, that would be a level if I watched it get below, I might consider a short, especially if there's some pattern that triggered. So that's the kind of thing we're watching for. Also on this reversal bar, big volume on the reversal bar. Let's go into the daily. So you can clearly see the gap on the daily, gapping above the prior swing high, but not able to hold it, and not able to hold it on increased volume, which doesn't always, but with that divergence, it signals generally that there's going to be a bigger pullback. Again, not trading advice, but this is what you're going to watch for. When we have a divergence pattern, we have a reversal bar, we're overbought. And it looks like, see here on this swing high, We have a lower RSI than this swing high. So we might, unless we get a strong rally tomorrow, we might have a daily divergence pattern. So from the long side, I would get very cautious and know where my stops are. This doesn't mean it has to reverse. Look at this also, just right here. Close, look where it closed today. What was the exact level? $15. It's right around this key open level, 1578. So, they don't have to line up exactly, but I'm doing it visually. So right somewhere in here, there's some key, and that's just below this key spike high. So there's developing some significance right around this, I call it probably about 1550 area. Just pay attention to that level also. First level key support on the daily coming in about 13. I'm just going to watch right here. So I'm watching this key open, this doji bar, and this series of 3 closes in a row with the rotation zone. So just slightly below the rotation zone, that's the area I'm watching. And then below that, the bottom of the rotation zone coming in, I'm just going to zoom in right around. This doesn't have a lot of key areas, so I'm going to go around 1250, right just slightly above it, because people love to target round numbers for entries and stops. So if I'm going to fine-tune something and I don't have a concrete price action, at least on the daily, I'm going to go straight to the round number. That's why you hear me go, well, the key level might be 1347. I'll go 1350 because I'm just going to really focus on that round number. That's what we have for INO. Let me know if this helped anybody. And if it was wrong stock, if it was NIO or something else, let me know, and I'll go back and do that one also for you guys. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all the helpful advice and trying to make the channel better, trying to get out as much content as possible for you in a free manner. And, at some point there'll also be some paid content. We'll probably do some live streaming with super chats. So you guys can jump in on that if you're interested. We'll talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.